Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and this video is an add-on video and blog to my December newsletter published on November the 30th, the eve of the first day of December. And it's about the fact that Jupiter and Venus are at this moment travelling still across Galactic Centre, in alignment between us and Galactic Centre. So I'm going to go through a few dates and facts with the aim of asking you to look, what inspirations have I received recently and how have I handled them? What have I done about them? And this process actually started on the 5th of November, but it's still alive now. So here we go with a few facts, dates and suggestions. And I want to start by defining the nature of Jupiter and Venus. You see, in Vedic astrology, Jupiter is the great benefic. And so if we are open to receive the Jupiter energy, we receive blessing, guru energy, expansion and purpose. Of course, remember that we humans only experience the divine energy of each planet through filters of sign, house and aspect in our Vedic chart and in our psychodynamic and evolutionary Western charts. And of course, do get in touch with me for a reading which, if you wish, can cover the divine nature of each planet and how you personally receive it, through what filters and at what different times in your life, activated by the dashas, the wonderful Vedic predictive periods, more powerful than transits, and of course activated by transits and progressions and other predictive indicators. So Jupiter is the great benefic, and Venus is known as the lesser benefic, and Venus is about love, pleasure, sexuality, marriage, wealth and beauty. But the divine nature of those qualities is that Venus is also the preceptor of demons. In other words, that energy of divine Venus, Lord Shukra, can heal darkness by niceness and pleasantness and the example of beauty. So at the moment, the supreme, powerful, fierce energy of Galactic Centre is infusing both Jupiter and Venus energy, and has been for a couple of weeks. Now, that's because they're aligned with Galactic Centre. So Galactic Centre is, well, the very centre of the alignment is at 3 Vedic Sagittarius, or 27 Western Sagittarius. And in terms of the nakshatras, the supremely wonderful, supremely powerful 27 sign lunar zodiac, Galactic Centre, with transiting Jupiter and transiting Venus now, is in Mula Nakshatra, the first nakshatra of Vedic Sagittarius. And Mula Nakshatra is about getting to the root. So maybe you need to open to the inspirations you have been receiving and are receiving and get to the root. Get to the root of what might be blocking you from your inspiration. What family scripts, what childhood scripts, what societal scripts, what karmic scripts that might be built into you. Some nakshatras, where we have our planets, are so much more blocked than others. So what I'm saying is, make a little effort now, make a log of the inspirations that have come through to you, and get to the root of what blocks you and what incapacitates you. Maybe you're lazy, maybe you're complacent, maybe you're fearful, maybe you've been smashed. But they need to be healed, and get to the root of what the inspiration is, because it could be like a get out of jail free card. It could be some wonderful project that up to now you'd have said, oh, I haven't got the time, and oh, the work would be too hard, and oh, it might upset someone if I did it. But make a log of the inspirations you've received, say over the last 3 weeks, and especially recently, and see, are they the answer? Are they right? And if they are, do it. Obviously, you may need to do it in a structured and prepared way, but that's fine. Do it. Yes, another thing is that Galactic Centre is, well, it's an immense black hole. It emits vast, huge, powerful cosmic energies. And these have definitely been amplified and still are being at the very beginning of December 2019 because of Jupiter and Venus transiting there. And in ancient Vedic cosmology and understanding, Galactic Centre is called the Vishnu navel, the Vishnu Nabi, the navel of Lord Vishnu. I did a 5-year field study, an ethnography, a study of new spiritual forms to the West, 5-year university-based study. And one of my strands was Hinduism, and I studied that at Skander Vale in South Wales, which is the Sri Lankan Tamil refugee Hindu temple. And one of the 3 magnificent temples was to Lord Vishnu. And halfway up the hill, it was an old hill farm that had been converted into the temple. Halfway up the hill, in a little lake, the statue is Lord Vishnu lies in ecstasy, dreaming universes in and out of being. And that Vishnu energy is centered and epitomized in Galactic Centre, and we may have been receiving important inspirations from that now. That's what I'm asking you to look at. So the energies are definitely energized for inspiration by the greater guru Jupiter and the lesser guru Venus now. And of course, inspiration can really transform us at the body level, at the action level, at the consciousness level. So, enumerate what inspirations have come to you. Heed the wisdom of your inner voice. Don't disregard your guidance. Now, the inspiration coming your way may be metaphysical. It may be occult. With Venus there, it may be to do what pleases you, your love life, or it may be practical. But do look out for that inspiration and do implement it. So remember, in Vedic astrology, each planet is actually a god. Each planet is a face of the ultimate divine. Each planet is a being on the threshold of the sacred. This is true of all the ancient gods. That was their nature. They were faces of the divine. And I just want to give you a few dates if I can find them. And I can't seem to find them in the document. Hold on. So Jupiter first entered Vedic Sagittarius on the 5th of November, and Venus entered Vedic Sagittarius on the 21st of November. And the last thing I want to point out is that the beginning of Vedic Sagittarius, i.e. Naught Sagittarius, is the transition from water sign to fire sign, from the water sign Scorpio to the fire sign of Sagittarius. And there are 3 such transition points in Vedic astrology, and they're called the Gandanta zones: Pisces to Aries, Cancer to Leo, Scorpio to Sagittarius. And in those Gandanta zones, maybe 4 degrees either side, but the closer it is to the 0 point, the more powerful the Gandanta effect. And the Gandanta effect is to make this world immaterial and unsupportive. It can be very problematic to have a planet in the Gandanta zone. But if you survive that, which can be an issue, for example, with the moon being deep, deep, deep in the Gandanta zone, then you may get so much spiritual awareness by dealing with the issues. And it was actually hearing 24 years ago about the Gandanta zones that converted me from just working and teaching in Western astrology to working in Vedic astrology as well. And because Western astrology knows nothing of the power of those degrees. But Vedic astrology instantly says so much. If you have moon at 29 Pisces like I do, mother will not be there for him. And that really set a keynote story for my life. So it was so important to hear, and Western astrology couldn't encompass that. Now, I am not saying forget Western astrology and move over to Vedic astrology. You need both. All my readings contain both. And my courses can be mainly in Vedic astrology or mainly in Western, but always with the option to switch over and hear what the other says. Western astrology, at its best, is wonderfully psychodynamic, wonderfully evolutionary, but it needs Vedic astrology as well. Vedic astrology needs Western astrology too, actually, because otherwise you miss out on, well, you could miss out on the outer planets, you could miss out on Chiron, but you could miss out on the whole dimensions of psychodynamic Western astrology if you just do Vedic astrology. So when you enroll for a reading or a course with me, you can have both. And so just to conclude, at this time, be open to your inspirations, log the inspirations you have had. If you're not going to act on them, check out why, whether the reasons not to are valid or if they're negative and regressive. Thank you.